Okay, we're on. So we're going to continue this section called 仪容. 仪容 means a person's appearance. All right, so today's first character is 书. Okay, 书. Shu means stretch, emerge. Shu means stretch, emerge, and express. So the idea is stretch out, spreading out, and also comfortable, slow, broad. So you just imagine that something that just slowly going out. So that kind of thing, okay? For example, 梳眉, 梳眉, 眉 is 眉毛的眉 is your eyebrow. So if you say 梳眉, that means you are spreading out your eyebrows. So that means that you probably have something that need to be worried about. So you gotta frown your eyebrow, and then the issue was resolved, and you're happy, and your eyebrow is spreading out. Okay, so called 梳眉. And 舒展, 舒展 that means you're stretching out. You can stretch. You can 舒展 your arms. You can say that. Okay, stretch out. And also things like 舒缓, that means slowly. Okay, slowly, calmly. Things like that. And then 舒怀, 舒怀 that means you are expressing yourself with ease and happiness, and your heart and your mind kind of stretch out and just be happy. Okay, so you can imagine that this is that's the general meaning of this character. So let's take a look at the character itself. So the right hand side is 予. 予 means give, and then on the left hand side is 舍. 舍 means let go. So let it go. Okay, so you combine these two. You give and let it go, and so you can imagine, right? Give and let it go, just spread out and stretch out, and that kind of meaning. Okay, and also you can see the why it means slow. Okay, 就是书. Next one. 额. 额 means forehead. So the general meaning is forehead. Okay, and but then it also means anything that like that. Okay, so basically a horizontal piece that which is in a general position like the forehead, they call it 额. Called 额. For example, 匾额, 对, 匾额, 门额, 门额, that means that it's on a building, the door, so the upper horizontal bar of the door, so they call it 门额. And another meaning is limits, like 名额, 定额. So that means the limit. Okay, for example, you are registered for some event and they have a limit of how many people can attend. So that's the limit. They call it 定额或者说名额. Okay. Let's take a look at this character. So on the right hand side, there's this character called the 叶, right? So every time you see this right hand side character, so you will know that this thing is usually related to the head, okay, to the head. And then the left hand side is 克, 克, so means here represented sound, okay, and so combine these two, that means 额头, that means the forehead, okay, means the forehead. So this is let's take a look at this next one. 弹, 弹 means the original meaning is shoot with a spring or catapult, okay. 弹 就是 you basically you're projecting something with a something springy, okay. This is called a 弹. 弹弓 so that's why this thing has a bow on the left hand side, okay. And then in general it means eject, strike, okay, strike, eject, and also means you play an instrument, flick or play an instrument, particularly the stringed instrument, okay. 弹琵琶, 弹吉他, 弹吉他 means you play the guitar. And also fluff the cotton. So when you make the cotton comforter, you try to stuff it, and then you need to kind of 弹棉花, okay, so you make the cotton fluff, okay, so make it more comfortable, right? So this is also 弹, bounce, okay, and it's also 有弹性, that means it's elastic, okay, 有弹性, it's springy, okay, so this is 弹. Now let's take a look at this character itself. Okay, so you can see that literally the picture is a bow, right? It's a bow, and then it also has a thing, a ball looks like that, ready to shoot out, okay. That's the very original character that's carved on the turtle shells. Now of course later on this character get somewhat changed, right? They still have this bow left there, but then they use another character called a 单 to represent its sound, right? To represent its sound, and so this is the character. So the little ball is the what is it? It's the ball, it's the cannonball, it's the bullets, that kind of thing, right? It's for shooting stuff, okay. So this is the 弹. And then this character has another pronunciation called 弹. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me go back. Called 弹. 弹 means what? 弹 means the projectile, okay? Because like the 子弹, which is the bullet. 炮弹, which is the cannon. That's not called a bullet. That's called a what? It's called a shell, right? The cannon, the big bullets, basically. Okay, these are all called 弹. 导, 子弹, 炮弹, 炮弹 that means for the cannon. And then also 导弹, right? 导弹, it's a missile, okay? Missile. Then in Chinese we call it 导弹. 导 means guidance, right? So it's a 弹, but it's guided, right? So called a 导弹. Okay, and also that means anything that is a bomb, okay, basically that in Chinese they call it 弹, like 导弹, right? And also called it like 氢弹. 氢弹 is hydrogen bomb, right? Nuclear bomb, that means 核弹. 核弹. Okay, so this is 蛋. And then next one. Sai, sai means cheek, Okay, so basically it's the cheekbone, from the cheekbone and lower. Okay, so that part of the face called sai. Cheek, basically in English is cheek is pretty much mean the same thing. Okay, and then also means for the fish, that means the gill for the fish is also called sai. Okay, and so in the Chinese language, that sai they call it sai ba, sai ba zi. That's called 腮帮子，或者说腮帮子腮巴子，是 refer to the cheek. Okay, and so let's take a look at this. Look at this character. So on the left hand side, there's a 月, right? So this 月 means flesh, means meat, means flesh. Okay. And then, so that means it's related to a body part. And then on the right hand side is 思, 表示so to 表示那个声音表示声音 and also 表示思考问题. Okay, so the way you remember this is like, so when you think about something, that oftentimes your hands will put on both of your cheek, right? And kind of and think. Okay, that's the a very common common pose that people would do, right? So that's how you remember this character. Okay, so why there's a 思 thinking. When you're thinking, usually you put both of your palm over your cheek, right? Okay. So is sight.
请练习今天新学。
Take a look at it. Sight. Okay, 心. 心 means there are two meanings. One is smart, means smart. Okay, and so there's a very common phrase called 惺惺惜惺惺. Okay, so 惺惺惜惺惺, that means smart people that value smart people. Okay, so called 惺惺惜惺惺. Smart people value other smart people. Okay. So and then the second meaning is understanding. Okay, understanding, and another meaning called awake. Like awake, okay, understanding. 心悟 that means understanding, had a epiphany, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's take a look at it, and then of course, because this is you value something, so this is your thinking, right? So related to your thinking, related to your emotion. So that's why there's a heart on the left hand side. On the right hand side is the 星星, the 星 start, which means star means bright, right? With shiny, with bright. So to mean that so you are brightened in your heart. So which means you understand something, right? And you appreciate, right? Appreciate, you value something. Okay, so it's like the star brightened your heart. So that kind of feeling. So that's why they use this 星星, the star, to represent its meaning. Okay. Next one. 眸 means pupil of the eye. Okay, it means the pupil of the eye. And and basically this is simple, just the pupil of the eye. Okay, and then of course when they use this, they refer to the eye in general. Just refer to the eye, right? 眸, for example, 明眸皓齿, 明眸皓齿, that means a bright, shiny eye with bright white teeth. Okay, so it's a beautiful person, right? Called a 明眸皓齿. Take a look at it. So of course, on the left-hand side, the picture of the eye itself, right? So on the right-hand side is a character called a 眸. Now, of course, this 眸 is the original meaning is cows making the sound moo. Okay, that's that character 眸. So they use that to represent sound. Okay, so it's 眸. And then now, of course, then that the cow's eyes usually is big and round, right? And so so you can that's the way you can remember this character. Okay, so that's why it has somehow related to cows. Okay, because they have big round eyes. Okay, 眸. And next one, 香. 香 means the original meaning is the cast mode. A cast mode. For example, you are making some metal pieces, right? So you burn and you melt the metal, and you have a mold, and you pour the metal in, and then when they cool down, you got the piece, right? In the shape you want. Okay, so this 香, the original meaning is that casting mode. Okay, and then they extend it to mean that anything that is as inlaid or inset into the grooves. Okay, into grooves. So anything like you in a groove, you inlay it usually with metal. And that's called a 香. And so that's why the reason why with casting mode are related, because it's the same kind of process of melting the metal that and then you put the metal inside those grooves. Okay, so this is called 香. And then they extend the meaning further to mean that you decorate some edges or hem in general. For example, on your garment, on the edges of your garment pieces, right? And then you decorate with some shiny things, with some fluffy things. This is all called the 香, 香个边. And then the third meaning is to repair, actually. Repair something is damaged or repair something that is missing. For example, 镶牙. 镶牙, that means you have cavities and so they do a repair, the 镶个金牙, 对吧? So that means you making a crown, a golden crown. Okay? So this 香. Let's take a look at this character itself. Okay, so on the left-hand side is 金字. 金字, that means that this thing has something related to metal. 香, okay? And then on the right-hand side is the character 香. Is a 香. So this 香, this 香, the right-hand side part, 香, that means that the original meaning, this 香 has something to do with melons, because melon, the 瓤, right? 瓤 has this part, and so this is like means something that is like fitting perfectly together, as if the inside for the melon, okay. And so this is so the casting mode is not the outside mode. Okay, so I want to specially point out this xiang is the inside mode. Okay, so when you're making those metals, sometimes they have two modes, outside modes and inside mode, right? So outside mode, and then you pour the metal, melted the metal into the mold, and then you have an inside mode, and then you put it in, like squeeze it out, right? And then so the melted metal rise up, right, to form a shape that you want. Okay, so you wait for it to cool down. Okay, and so this xiang is the inside casting mode. Okay, so that means you can see that means that with xiang, that means that has the meaning of that you can basically wrap things around with metal, that kind of meaning. For example, 象牙 is making making silver or making gold crown. It's called a 象金牙. Okay. Next one. 嵌. 嵌 means deep, opening. Okay, that means that you have a thing that has a crack or has a dip or has an opening, has a hole, and then you kind of stick something into it, okay, to plug in, and this is called a 嵌. Okay, so it's also inlay or embed. Okay, this is called 嵌入. Now the original meaning of this thing, it means some deep valley. Okay, some valley is very deep. That's the original meaning. Okay, so let's take a look at this character itself. So this one, of course, has mountains on the top, right? Mountains on the top, and then on the right hand, on the bottom, there's a 干 this on the lower left side. 干 means 干 means like you have something in your mouth. Okay, something in your mouth, and then so you have that means how to explain this thing. That means in the mountain that is had lots things in it, and then has much to explore. Okay, so this is the meaning. So basically it means like it's big, deep something. Okay, and then it means that you actually want to plug in something into it, called 嵌. Okay, so next one. 长 Was this sentence finished? Okay, yes. So 舒额檀腮心眸相嵌. So 舒额檀腮, that means 舒额, that means the person is not frowning. Okay, he has a very happy. Okay, and his forehead is smooth. Okay, 舒额檀腮, that means the person's cheek is very 有弹性 elastic. Okay, which means we're very plushy, I think, right? Very young and tender and spongy, that kind of cheek. Okay, so that means it's a young, healthy person, right? So 心眸相嵌 that means 心眸, that means the bright eyes. Okay, the eyes are so bright and shiny. 相嵌, that means 相嵌 means that the eyes are kind of like 就是 adorned onto the face, right? So that's a way to describe the person. The person's face is very good looking, attractive. Okay. 鹅 So 长 this word's only used in combination with 鹅 Okay, 嫦娥 嫦娥 is the name for a Chinese mythical goddess of the moon. Okay, so the legend says this girl is the wife of 后羿. 后羿 is the legendary hero who shot 9 suns off the sky. So it was saying that in the ancient time there were 10 suns in the sky, so make the earth so hot and unbearable. And so this 后羿 hero, so he shot 9 suns off the sky, and 嫦娥is his wife. Okay, and later on 嫦娥and ascended to the moon and lived there. Okay, and so that's the legend. So the 嫦娥 so 中国一个嫦娥一个词语叫嫦娥奔月 it's talking about that. And this word 嫦 is specially used for that girl. Okay, 嫦娥. So here's the picture. Okay, 嫦. And then of course then sometimes people use this to refer to beautiful girl. 长 new means it's a colloquial way of saying referring to a girl. Okay, called a 妞 小妞 黑妞白妞 黑妞白妞, that means a girl whose countenance is dark or fair. Okay, so 黑妞白妞是吧？傻妞 that means傻妞 means that a fool, right? a silly girl, that means 傻妞 so and then we take a look at that. And this one on the left hand side is a 女 represent female. Okay, and then on the right hand side is 丑 丑 means ugly. On the right hand side it's called ugly. 丑 ugly, that has a meaning of lower class. Okay, lower class, and so it has a derogatory sense. Okay, so that reflects the ancient time that in general they look down on women. Okay, so 妞 武 武 means charming, lovely, beauty. Okay, let's take a look at this. We didn't look at the character itself. Okay, so anyway, and so 丑 right? Yeah, it's left hand side a girl, and then right hand side is 丑. Okay, so next one 武 武 武 means the original meaning is for beautiful and lovely, for girls and flowers. Okay, called 武. And let's take a look at this character. So on the left hand side, a girl. So you mean this is referring to girl or woman? And then on the right hand side is 武. 武 is represented sound, but this 武 is in the very old days is also the dancing. It's for dancing. Okay, so put them together, that means a girl that is dancing, to say that the girl is so beautiful and attractive. Okay. So 五 is 这个 has the meaning of that, because it has the meaning of dancing, and so this means that the girl has its movement that is very attractive and will move people's heart. Okay, that kind of sense, that kind of meaning. Okay, so 五 节 节 means eyelash. Okay, but simply is eyelash. So let's take a look at this. So this one, eye, left hand side, so you know that's related to eye. And 节 on the right hand side is the 节 节 so 节 means quick, means soon. Okay, and so I think this, to remember this, you just remember that your eyes, right? So your eyelashes and your eyelid, and close and open in a very fast way, right? You don't even notice it, right? So quick. So that's why they use the 节 to represent the eyelash. Okay, it means that the movement of it is quick. Okay, so this is 节. Next one, 炯 炯 means bright and obvious. Okay, bright and obvious. And so let's take a look at this character. So of course on the left hand side is a fire, represent the flame. And then on the right hand side is the character called 炯. 炯 means you have 炯 means that's open. 炯 means open and empty and hollow. Okay, and so this means that if the fire, a flame that is burning inside a empty space, okay, that means that will make the fire even obvious and more bright, right? And so that means that a big, bright, burning light. Okay, so this is the 炯 is what this character means. Okay, so and then so it in general it means bright. Okay, so like 你的目光炯炯有神, that means the person's gaze is very spirited. Okay, so it has a very bright, shiny eyes. Okay. 义 义 means great and beautiful, and also means so many times or bright. So great, beautiful, bright, and also repeating. Okay, so that's the meaning of this character. Okay, and so and also oftentimes this is actually used in the name often. Okay, because the meaning has a beautiful, great, and bright, that kind of meaning. Okay. 神采奕奕 比方说神采奕奕 这个奕奕 that means this person has the countenance is so bright, his spirit is lively, that kind of appearance. Okay, so let's take a look at this character. So the up top is 义 义 means great, grand. Okay. And then on the bottom means 大 means big. The big means that you can see that the picture is a person spreading out his arms and legs to mean big. Okay, to mean big. And then this character is interestingly is that it's two-person doing that. Okay, two-person doing that. So to mean even bigger and grandeur. Okay, and so that's how this character is built. 义。Let's see. Okay. 黄means curtain. Curtain, or means a bar sign. So this is actually something that is in ancient time. It's it looks like a flag. Okay, they have a horizontal bar, and then they have a cloth, or some kind of made out of some kind of cloth, and it's on it they have embroidered some kind of signature, some kind of branding, and then they put outside the store to let people know that what kind of store you have, or what kind of brand you have. Okay, so that thing is called 晃. Okay, and so later just the people used to mean that 幌子就幌子 that means you are doing something that you want people to know, that you want people to believe that you are doing something that you are telling them. Okay, but not necessarily true, right? You have your own agendas that you don't want to tell people. So sometimes you use these words in a negative connotation like that. Okay, so 晃. Now let's take a look at this character. So this one, and you can see on the left hand side is this 金. 金. You can see just like that. You see, I told you, like, looks like a flag. There's a horizontal bar, and there's a cloth piece. They have a picture or some kind of character embroidered on it, and so to let people know. So basically, this is a sign. Okay, this is a sign. And now the 晃 on the right hand side, this thing is called 晃. 晃. By looking at the character, you can see on the top there's a 日, that means sun. On the right, on the bottom, is 光, means light. So that means 晃 on the right hand side means that means sunlight. Okay, big bright sunlight. And so now you have a sign, and under the big bright sunlight. Okay, so of course the sun is so obvious and bright, and want everybody to see it clearly. Okay, so basically this is this means this this character means. Okay, so basically it's some big obvious bright signs for everybody to see. 辫. 辫 means this 辫 means weave, or pigtail, or braid, plait, blade. So basically you kind of weave your hair together, that's called a 辫. Okay, and let's take a look at this. So this one is, you can see that literally they are drawing a picture of hairs, kind of braid hairs together. See that? Okay, so this is 辫. So 常有五节迥异晃变. So what this means is 常有五节. So means 常有, that means 妞 is a girl, right? Little girl. 常妞. So like I said, they use 常 to refer to the 妞 is so beautiful, like 嫦娥, 叫常妞. 五节, that means the girl's eyelash and goes up and down, is so attractive, and as 五, they say it has a beautiful dancing girl kind of meaning. So they here to as an adjective to modify 节 so that means the girls has a beautiful eye with beautiful eyelashes and goes up and down, is so attractive and so beautiful. Okay, 长牛5节，迥异晃变so 迥异晃变 that means this beautiful girl's eye is so bright, shiny, and then has a braided hair that looks like 幌子 okay so means that it's so easy to notice and appreciate, right? This is called 迥异晃变. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.